Hello guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Today I thought we would go through my, kind of like my best purchases, but more like the items I've bought that I have worn the most. I mentioned this in my last vlog, my vlog from my Bentley trip, and I was like, I was wearing a pair of boots and I realised that I've worn them so much, and I thought it might be kind of useful to go through my wardrobe and pick out the things that actually I found that I've worn and worn time again, and actually are probably my most used, most loved items in my wardrobe. Obviously, as a blogger, the amount of things that I have, a lot of things get worn once, some things get worn a few times, but there are those items that I cannot get enough of and I wear all the time in just my day-to-day normal life outside of YouTube. So I thought this might be kind of useful and kind of fun to do. So I'm going to go through a couple of things in accessories, shoes, and also in clothing that I thought you guys might like to know about. And I thought maybe you might find it helpful if you are thinking about a new pair of shoes or a new bag at the moment. It might give you a bit of inspiration as to what you could probably get a lot of use out of as well. So let's just dive right in. Okay, shoes. So these are the boots that sparked this idea for this video. These Balenciaga black boots. Now there are so many black boots I could have brought out my wardrobe, but because these are the ones that sparked the whole thing, I thought these deserved a bit of a shout out. Plus you can still get these, so it's kind of worthwhile me showing you in case you were interested. I find these really comfortable, these boots. They might be super pointy toe, but your foot kind of rests around here, so you're not really squished into these whatsoever, although you may think that you would be. The heel isn't overly massive on these either, so much better for someone who isn't as used to their heels but does still want to dabble a little bit. These are kind of things I wear with jeans, I wear them with long dresses, leather trousers, that kind of thing. They literally go with so many types of items. I love the fact that they are patent as well. It just makes them a little bit more interesting. They're quite a bougie boot. Alex likes to call these my villain boots. But I honestly think they're so cool, and with these big Bs, the Balenciaga Bs on the front, they're just a very statement boot, but also extremely usable and also versatile. So I have worn these so unbelievably so much since I got them in my collection. They are a more pricey boot, but if you are looking for Balenciaga and you have that kind of money to spend, I'd highly recommend these. I really do feel like they're a really cool boot that you'll find yourself wearing with a lot of items, and literally every time I wear these I get a compliment. So I think a lot of people are also a fan of these bad guys. These shoes were a no-brainer. Probably my most worn pair of shoes ever. I always talk about this fact, but I honestly have just worn them with most outfits. Because they're nude, they go with any colour under the rainbow. They're not the craziest heel again. I mean, they're a high heel, but they're not like a Christian Louboutin 100mm heel. So I find them somewhat comfortable, whilst it still has a very kind of sexy, classic pointed toe. The sling back makes this very feminine, a little bit more sultry, and they're just instantly recognisable as well. And I feel like there aren't really any dupes out there for these shoes that are as good as these. So if you do get them, you don't have to worry that other people have like the fake versions and that it's a waste of your money and you could have bought the fakes, because I really don't think there are any fakes that are anywhere near as amazing as these are. But honestly, worn them with most things since I bought them a couple of years ago, and they're probably the purchase I would ever regret the least, because I think they're amazing. For another pair of shoes, this was difficult because I've got a couple of pairs of these. These are the Calabria Courts from Vito Rossi. I have them in white, I have them in a gold embroidery, I have them in black, but these are the baby pink versions. Honestly guys, I know you guys know that I like Vito Rossi, but if you are thinking of investing, I cannot recommend the Calabria Courts more. I find them extremely comfortable. I know they've got the plastic perspexy bits around here, which I think make this shoe really sexy and really gorgeous. It just looks so flattering around the foot, and then you've got the pointed toes. This looks really like girl boss and structured and sexy. But no, I do find them somewhat comfortable. I can walk around for ages in these. I mean, if you like to wear heels, that's the thing. If you like to wear heels, you'll probably love these. And I think that most heel wearers that really love their heels will most likely have a pair of these already, or at least are thinking about a pair, because I feel they're a very famous pair of high-heeled shoes. But I've just brought out the pink version because these are probably my least battered version, but these are also extremely well worn and well used. Do you know, I probably also would have recommended in here my Valentino rock studs. I just didn't pick them up because I was trying to keep things to 4 items or less. My Valentino rock studs they are a shadow of their former self. They are so ripped apart because I've worn them so much, and again, I highly would recommend it if you are thinking of getting some. Well, my final pair Have to give a shout out to these, the Tod's Gaminos. I mean, I'm not a flat shoe wearer until recently, as you may have noticed, but the Tod's Gaminos were very kindly gifted to me from the Tod's team, and I've worn them non-stop. These are like my driving shoes if I'm ever in a car. So for example, I took them on the Bentley trip last week that I went on to drive the car in. These are the shoes that I quite often will wear to the airport if I'm going away. I will wear them to the shops. I'll wear them to gym classes sometimes if I don't want to wear my trainers. These are like my flat shoe of choice usually because I know they don't rub me, they're super comfortable. Honestly, they're wonderfully comfortable. I can't recommend these more. And they come in like every colour under the rainbow, so I found that I've just worn them time and time again. They're looking a little bit battered and bruised now, but big fan. Let's move into some clothing, shall we? I thought I'd talk about my most used pair of jeans because I feel like jeans for everyone are such a personal item. You've got to get that fit right, you've got to get the colour that you love the most, whether you get rips, no rips, high-waisted, medium rise, whether you go for belt loops or, you know, turn-ups. Jeans come in all types of varieties. Me personally, I've recently been really getting into more baggy, more straight leg, especially more cropped styles and wearing them with heels. I think it's super cool. But I must admit, I am a bit of a skinny girl through and through. So these are probably my most worn pair of jeans ever. These are a pair of skinny jeans from Girlfriend Denim. I think these were the Kendall jeans. In fact, it says it there. Yeah, these were the Kendall jeans. They just have, the denim on these just has a bit of stretch to them. Got a good amount of elastane in them. They just really are comfortable on the skin. They have stretched wonderfully, so they just fit really nicely over my little tush. Just make me feel a little bit more flattered on the bum as well, because I've only got the small bum. I've not got anything to write home about, so it's nice to always feel a little bit more flattered in any jeans that you wear. It's got front pockets, back pockets, which again I find more flattering on my bum to have pockets. These don't have any rips either, so I find they're more appropriate for all occasions. But I just know whenever I throw these on, I'm gonna feel good. You know, that pair of jeans when you just always feel so good when you put them on, when you have one of those days when you don't know what to wear. These I go to. So if you are looking for a new pair of cool jeans, highly would recommend Girlfriend Denim. You can get them from Revolve because it's one of the Revolve sub-brands. They also sell them on Selfridges now. So I'll link a pair down below. I don't think these are still available, but I will definitely link a pair down below. Because in honesty, I would kind of like to buy another pair, a new pair of these. I mean, you can see how worn they are just from the colours. Honestly, I think they're amazing. You know, I'm going to give a quick shout out to this coat, which you may have seen in my sustainable haul that I did a few weeks ago, where I looked at different sustainable brands. But you may have noticed since then on my stories and in my vlogs that I haven't really taken off this jacket, this coat, and it's a Stella McCartney. It's a wool. I just love this kind of wool scarf section around the neckline. I just feel it just adds a little bit extra pizzazz to this jacket. I'm almost starting to worry that I'm going to ruin this coat by wearing it so much. That's how much I've been wearing it. Like, I'm worried it's going to start pilling a little bit. I mean, it still looks in absolutely perfect condition, luckily, but I haven't taken it off because recently I've been enjoying more baggy styles and wearing baggier trousers with trainers. I mean, who am I? I've become like that very kind of cool dress down style, and then having this really oversized big baggy coat over the top and hoodies, and I love it. I absolutely love wearing it. So if ever you guys buy through any of my links, it doesn't cost you any more. Any of my affiliate links, it just allows me to track sales via the item, so I can see, say for example, if some of you guys like this pink blazer, and I'll leave a link down below as I always do, I can just see how many people have clicked through. It's just a really nice indicator to see what you guys like me wearing or what you guys like the most. Honestly, the amount of people that have clicked through and bought this jacket is unbelievable, so I'm so pleased. I've kind of inspired a few of you guys to pick this coat up as well, because I am in absolute love with this coat. I think it's just amazing. Now, I couldn't do this video without mentioning some form of cashmere roll neck. This is the one that I found when I was looking through my collection, but I also have one in black as well. You may know this about me. I like roll necks. I just like to accentuate my neck. I feel my most put together, my most girl boss self, to put it that way, whenever I wear something that's kind of flattering and fitted on the figure, high neck, just that kind of like ready for business kind of vibe, bit businessy, bit workwear meets casual. So I'm a huge fan of roll necks. So this one is actually from N Peel. This is just a navy cashmere. You may know of Megan Ellaby's brand Saturdays. She does some incredible roll necks on there in merino wool. Me and M do some amazing, like this here is a cashmere knit. I know it's not roll neck, but I'll leave some others down below, link down below for you. But I honestly don't think you can go wrong with having a sort of thin, lightweight cashmere or merino wool roll neck in your collection. This is a navy, which I've worn a lot. I've recently got a burgundy and also a black. Oh, and cream. I wear them all of them, all the time, and they go with everything. Blazers, coats, jeans, leather trousers, skirts. They literally, you can wear it up and down, this sort of thing. So I had to mention it because I wear these non-stop. Pretty much every day I'll be in a roll neck, so it deserved a shout out. Obviously, I know you guys were like, oh, I was expecting this. The Max Mara camel coat, it's just been one of my best buys ever. My cost per wear of this now is much lower. I mean, it's an expensive item when you first buy it, but I'm going to have this forever. So I think that my cost per wear over time is going to be very minimal, in honesty. And that's the thing when you go in for these investment pieces, you've got to think, what could my cost per wear be in 10 years if I could just keep wearing it and wearing it? So if I stay the same size I am now and I can keep wearing this jacket, it's going to massively reduce what I paid for it. I rave about it all the time, but you can't go wrong with a camel coat. Now I know that this one over here is also technically like a camel coat vibe, but I think it's more this style, this very like popped collar, gorgeous lapels, belted waist, that kind of camel style, classic, that I'm all over. That's the kind of thing that I think you can't really miss out on having in your wardrobe. You don't have to go for Max Mara. There are Topshop versions. It's worth doing your research, but you don't always have to spend so much if you don't want to. But I must admit, I went for this because it was Max Mara and I adore the brand and I wanted to go for that classic Max Mara camel coat. Because this is all about things that I wear a lot. The thing you do wear the most are coats, because you're constantly putting on a coat over and over, and especially when you spend a little more on a coat, you want to get the cost per wear. So here's one more coat. Very sorry about this. This is so dirty, I apologise now, but I need to take it to a dry cleaners. I'm just a bit scared of what dry cleaners to send this to, because I'm a bit worried of what if they ruin it. I don't know, but it's already ruined this makeup. This is my Gucci coat that I bought a couple of years ago, and it's been another like amazing best buy for me. Every time I wear it I get a compliment on this. I think it's the most beautiful coat. I was thinking, where's that gone? It's the most beautiful coat. It's quite obviously Gucci, but there's something so sophisticated about it, somewhat formal. I can throw it over most outfits and just kind of pulls everything together. It's just a tailored, smart piece, just with that signature vibe of Gucci all over it. Yeah, in a gorgeous black. I mean, you can't really beat a classic kind of black overcoat. So again, it had to go in this pile. And the last thing I want to talk about, now these are a pair of real leather trousers, but you can get obviously some amazing faux leather now. So, I mean, if you're into buying leather, fine. If you're into buying faux leather, there are so many alternatives these days. But I just have to say that this sort of trouser is something I wear constantly. I just find, again, I feel very flattered in this sort of style. It just fits nicely, and Reiss, I find Reiss is the best place to go for it. This one especially has a cotton like jean backing down the back, and then the front is the leather, so it's kind of like a 50-50, which means that this is nice and flattering on the bum. It's not going to get, you know, if the leather gets a little bit loose and baggy, it's not going to make your bum look baggy. So yeah, I definitely look at Reiss if you are looking for something like this, but I find they fit my legs wonderfully. They make me feel really pulled together, very like boss mode, you know, black trousers, like I mean business. They just go with most shoes you can wear as well. Again, by far one of the most worn things that I own. Probably one of the first luxury bags that I bought was this Celine box bag. I had just become obsessed with it after looking on Pinterest and seen so many kind of like the it girls with this it bag. It was expensive, especially at the time I'd only started blogging. I saved up for it. It cost me quite a lot. It's like so cool, just thrown over crossbody over most outfits, and with it being black again, it goes with everything. This leather, being the textured leather, it's just barely any marks on it. I mean, it looks pretty much good as new, apart from obviously a bit of wear on here, but I'll get over it. I do kind of like the fact that it looks used. It looks a bit more loved. It's just got lots of space in here. Again, I mean, you can see the wear and tear on the inside. But there's loads of room in here, and it also packs out quite a lot as well if you do want to get lots in it, like I often do. But it's just that very classic bag, and I'm just really glad that I actually have this, and I did save and splurge, because I did worry that maybe it would be a regret, and absolutely not. It's just an incredible piece in my accessories wardrobe. Another item to mention would be this little Chanel top handle flat bag, I think it is. Again, with this being cream, I was a little bit worried that it would mark or look a bit old and tatty quite soon. In honesty, this does need a little bit of a clean up, but I think if I did just give it a clean up, it would look as good as new again. It's got cute little feet on the bottom. I mean, even the bottom looks great. And I've worn it and worn it and worn it. It goes with most things that I wear. It just looks very classic Chanel, but a little bit cuter. Like, I like the boy bags, but I've never been so in love with them that I've bought one. But with this, I feel like I get a bit of everything. I've got this textured leather, the quilting, the double C, the top handle, the beautiful Chanel strap. There's a bit of everything with this bag, so I'm just so glad that I got it. It's got loads of room inside it. It's got a lovely long crossbody strap on this, and it has a front pocket, but the front pocket I have never used, so much so that it still has the packing inside it. I just always keep it just packed out so it holds its shape. But the amount of events that I've taken this to and occasions, and it just goes with everything. So I'm so glad I got this. I think you can't go wrong as well with having a silver bag in your collection. The same with also having a gold bag. There's another gold bag, which is also Bulgari, that I was gonna mention, but I didn't want to mention too many accessories or too many of the same thing. So I went for the silver, just because again, it goes with most things that you could wear. If you're wearing a black dress, or if you're wearing a cream dress or a white dress, or navy, or red, you know, I find I can wear this with everything. It's quite often the bag that I will take with me on trips, because I know that if I'm kind of falling short of a bag or something won't go with anything else, that this will always go with everything. I also think the Bulgari bags are just absolutely beautiful. As I always say, they're like pieces of jewellery because they have so much beautiful embellishment to them. They're so special. They've got the beautiful snake style strap, and then a snake serpenti head on the front. I mean, it's not the biggest bag ever, but it fits a good amount in here, and again it kind of pushes out a little bit. But I wanted to mention it because it's a great size. It's gone with everything that I've ever wanted to wear it with, and I think it's just a really stunning, beautiful bag. This one, I had no idea how much I would wear this, but it's been an absolute saviour. Again, a nude bag is just such a staple, I think, in anyone's kind of accessories wardrobe. With this extra bit of like fancy Valentino embellishment, it just makes it really quite gorgeous and lovely. It feels very luxurious. Quite often I'll wear it kind of like my arm through here, and then I'll, not quite that far, my arm through here, and I'll just hold it like this, or I'll just hold it all together like this. I find the strap is a little long sometimes, and it kind of, if you wear it crossbody, it falls quite low. Then I have friends that doesn't happen to, so I don't know if my bag especially is just a little bit longer, the strap, for some random reason, but I still adore this bag, and I've worn it to death now. Got quite a lot of nice space inside of here, fits quite a lot in there, and I do also really like this fastening, just clips and turns. It's just quite an easy one to use. I mean, I've used it a lot and it's not looking too bad or too worn. It could probably do with a bit of packaging inside it for me to keep it a little bit nicer, but it's honestly been a bit of a godsend. So I had to mention it really because I do absolutely love it, and I think it goes with everything. And the last thing I thought I'd mention would be this Dior bag. I was looking at I've got 6 Dior bags now that I've bought, and this one, I think I reach for this one the most, just because first of all it's got a great amount of space inside of here, and this is the one I'm currently using, so it's got a lot of stuff right now in here, but my camera, my wallet, all my bits and bobs, my keys, my hand sanitizer, you know, it's that kind of bag that fits almost everything in it. I love the fastening, just with this quick lock closure. It's quite a nice quick one to get in and out of, which I do appreciate when you're trying to get your coffee and you've got coffee in one hand, trying to get your card out your bag with the other hand, and then you're like, oh, it's nice to have an easy peasy bag to get into. And also with this being modest antique gold, it's just very different to everything else that I got. And I think I also do love and appreciate when the strap is a little bit more exciting. So like the Chanel, like the Bulgari, they're all a little bit more enticing because they've got this really cool strap on them. Out of the things that I've bought that have cost me the most, I've definitely got my most cost per wear for this bag. And I think I'll leave it at that, guys. I didn't want to go like too overboard. I wanted to keep it a little bit more succinct. I hope you've enjoyed this. I will leave everything linked down below as always, just in case they are still available, or you may like to maybe go and have a little peek at the price or the textures or anything like that. But I hope you've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed putting this together. It was fun looking through my wardrobe and being like, that I wore all the time. If you are brand new, I would love it if you subscribed and joined me. It'd be amazing. And if you are on Instagram as well, I'm just in the throw on Instagram. I'd love to have you over there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!